My name is Biastioc. I'm a navigational officer for the Zoetrope Corporation, the teleportation division of Yee International. The Prime Board of Directors at Yee let me be purchased as a teleportation consultant for a new experiment that the Research and Development Division had been working on. It was called the Charybdis Project. To put it simply, it dealt with a dimensional unpacking of a crystal of salt into an artificial quasi-singularity that could be aimed and shot, in a matter of speaking, through dark matter patterns. The implication being that this could advance the science of teleportation to levels it's never reached before, maybe even distant galaxies. I said I would work on it, but only for an increase in pay because I didn't like how deep underground and far away from the sun it was. The research was interesting enough. But there was only one thing that held my interest. Her name was Anna Stolanovsky. She completed her doctorate before she was 21 and spent the next 10 years of her life bouncing between Yee.CERN and Yee.Fermilab before she ended up here with me, sunk half a kilometer into the bedrock. She was my partner, but it didn't take long for me to fall in love with her. She didn't love me. Even when we were so close that the moist plumes of her exhalations became the stuff of my inhalations, she was not there. I am in awe of your knowledge of quantum mechanics, far beyond what most common stock humans are capable of. How do you do it?
It's a language for me, like a poem, I guess. I guess science is the last language of poetry, I guess. There's something out there, something in there, something we can't touch. I just want to... I want to see it. I want to touch it. I know it's there. I know it.
I enjoy our time together. This is the Blob's best work yet.
Thanks for taking me to the show.
And then it happened. Oh my God! With her arms outstretched, she surrendered herself to the maelstrom of heavy neutrinos and pulsed gravitons. She was ripped apart, her every particle obliterated from their insides out until she was nothing more than a wave of pure time crashing upon a virtual shore. Everybody said it was suicide. Everybody but me. The director reluctantly agreed when I told him that there was no point in replacing Anna. For a navigator, I was familiar enough with what she was doing to carry on. Trying to just train a new team member, no matter how brilliant, would only be counterproductive. For over a week, I toiled in that sunless cave. And there I would sit at my computer, and I think of nothing. And that nothing is Anna.
When the world ends, it will be when no one has time to believe in time. Tomorrow becomes yesterday, becomes last year, and dinosaurs roam the interstate. Gaius Caligula sues Lucretia Borgia for divorce, and Charlotte Corday finds true love at the tender feet of Lizzie Borden. Christ, sobered by the cross, crawls back into the soft sepulchre of his mother's womb, and the Buddha opens a comic book shop. All the memorable moments collapse into a timeless speck, and then that speck collapses out of existence, and then the world will end.
And then she is gone. I checked the computer logs to replay the last few moments, to see her again, but there's nothing. No record of any of it. I wonder if I'm losing my mind. For the next 3 weeks, nothing happens, nor am I stupid enough to tell anyone what it is that I think I've seen. I try to convince myself that what I experienced was nothing more than a dream, the phantasmagoria of a dozing mind ragged with grief. But I make it a point to work alone, waiting for all those 3 weeks until it happens again.
When the world ends, it will be the fault of a chronic imbalance of lymph in the parasitic twin of a baby hermaphrodite with webbed toes born near the wastewater pipe of a chemical plant in Bangladesh. The gods, the two who have yet to go senile and devote their immortal lives to collecting lipstick-smeared glossies of Brian Ferry and Iggy Pop, will look down upon humanity in disgust At the manifest earth of imagination and birth defects and rage, they will smother the earth in kisses and render the planet a bruised and barren rock spinning in space and smelling slightly of saliva. And then the world will end.
Was this pink goddess haunting me? Over the next 2 weeks, I barely devote any time to my employer's experiment, and instead focus my energies into forging some kind of explanation for Anna's strange appearances. I spend a lot of time driving into the desert outside of the city, trying to clear my mind, trying to make enough space for all of these questions to fit into. And I came up with a theory. When Anna entered the quasi-singularity, she entered a new level of reality. She did not die. Instead, she was translated somehow into some new kind of being, one that gives her glimpses into all the anterooms of the multiversal mansion, a view of the hidden, crenellated geometry of the metacosmos. She exists now along the non-linear axis of space-time, and she has chosen me to share her vision for as long as she can participate herself out of the substrates of the existence. Then, one wet gray dawn in March, after a desolate shift of cold data, I hear it first. A low, crackling hum beneath the soft rock playing in my car.
Biastioc! The world is ending!
This is the last time I will see you. You see, as much as I love you, you are beginning to bore me. So all right, when the world ends, it will be when no one, absolutely no one, will mean the things he says or say the things he means. Words that once had the power to change the tides of blood will become as tinfoil nickels in the currency of the soul. And behind their clever glass eyes and inside their paper bag hearts, the liars will have no light left to wink back as the universe winks out in despair. And the world will end. So goodbye, my love. I will love you forever.
The next day, I quit the project.